It's Mabel, Don't Call Me Up. We've got Bare Naked Ladies next. 1 week.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Got your hand on the sides and I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me. Saying get back together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's all my fault but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry. Holding now I want to hoodwink. Does it make you stop think? You think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the shallow fish. I like the sushi cause it's never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Big like Leanne rhymes because I'm all about value. Bert Camper's got the mad hits. You try to match wits, you try to hold me but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a pick out like a stinking ink and shake out like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gonna see the show cause then you know the vertigo is gonna go cause it's so dangerous you'll have to sign a waiver. Can't I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, well you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Threw your arms in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me. I still got the rug burns on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. You realize it's not my fault, but I went too soon. Yesterday you'd forgiven me, and now I sit back and wait till you say you're sorry. China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking. Watching X-Files with no lights on, with all our mains on. I hope the smoky man's in this one like Harrison Ford. I'm getting frantic, like Sting and Patric. Like Stinker's guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a set of better clips and find the kind with tiny nubs just so my eyes aren't always flying off the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon cause the cartoonist got the boom anime babes to make me think the wrong thing. How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, you soon will. I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of losing my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Dropped your arms to the sides and said I'm sorry. 5 days since I laughed at you and said you just did just what I thought you were gonna do. 3 days since the living room. We realized we're both to blame, but what did we do? Yesterday you just smiled at me cause it'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. It'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. Richmond Stadium, home of the Raleigh.
Music, entertainment, Forces Life, the SBS,
the Forces Station.
Let
DAB+, direct in UK. This is BFBS, the Forces Station.
Britain's 100,000 COVID deaths, and we're not out of the woods yet.
It would really not surprise me if we're looking at another 40 or 50,000 deaths before this burns out.
A plea to remember all genocide victims on Holocaust Memorial Day.
We haven't learnt the lessons, and so we have seen suffering, being persecuted.
And the Spanish Armada maps saved for the Navy and the nation.
I think it would have been tragic if they'd gone. The Armada is a key moment in English history.
This is Forces News.
With Adam Gilchrist.
The Communities Secretary has defended the government's record during the coronavirus pandemic, a day after the UK passed the milestone of more than 100,000 COVID deaths. He also suggested that a roadmap taking England out of its national lockdown may be announced in the coming weeks. Robert Jenrick says the government's been in uncharted territory.
I'm sure that we could or would have done some things differently with the benefit of hindsight, almost certainly. But there wasn't a textbook. I was in many of those meetings with the Prime Minister and the Health Secretary and members of the Cabinet, and I can give you this assurance that on each occasion they took the best possible scientific and medical advice. They took their responsibilities extremely seriously.
Labour, though, has accused the government of making many decisions too late. Jonathan Ashworth is the Shadow Health Secretary.
I accept this is a completely difficult, extraordinary situation. We've got a pandemic which has swept the world with severity and speed. But we do have to ask ourselves why our response as a nation is so much poorer than other countries. So other countries are not dealing with these huge levels of deaths that we are.
Professor Neil Ferguson is an epidemiologist from Imperial College London and a government advisor.
Had we acted both earlier and with greater stringency back in September when we first saw case numbers going up, and had a policy of keeping case numbers at reasonably low levels, then I think a lot of the deaths we've seen, not all by any means, but a lot of the deaths we've seen just in the last 4 or 5 months could have been avoided.